When you think of the NFL, most people focus on quarterbacks, superstar wideouts, or dominant pass rushers. But hidden in the shadows are the players who can do it all. The ones who don't just fit into a position, they redefine it. These are the Swiss Army knives of football. Athletes who can line up anywhere, play multiple roles, and completely change games with their versatility. Today, we're breaking down the 10 best utility players in the NFL right now. The men who force coaches to stay up at night because you never know where they'll be on the field. Where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
Deebo Samuel, San Francisco 49ers. If there's a face of the modern Swiss Army player, it has to be Deebo Samuel. Officially listed as a wide receiver, but in reality, he's positionless. One snap, he's running a jet sweep. The next, he's taking a handoff up the middle like a running back, and then he's out wide, torching corners. His 2021 season was legendary. 1,405 receiving yards and 365 rushing yards, earning him the nickname Wide Back. What makes Deebo so dangerous is his after-the-catch ability. He doesn't just run routes, he punishes defenders with power and speed, averaging nearly 9 yards after catch that season, the best in the NFL. He's like a running back in a receiver's body, and Kyle Shanahan exploits that mismatch perfectly. In the 2021 playoffs, Deebo was so valuable that Shanahan admitted they were burning him out because he was essentially the team's WR1, RB1, and gadget player all rolled into one. Defenses knew the ball was going to him, but still couldn't stop it. Taysom Hill, New Orleans Saints. No player in the NFL embodies the Swiss Army knife label more literally than Taysom Hill. He's lined up as quarterback, tight end, wide receiver, running back, fullback, and even special teams gunner. Sean Payton once joked Hill could probably play all 22 positions if needed. Hill's versatility gives the Saints a wild card. On one drive, he might run a QB power into the end zone. The next, he's catching passes from Derek Carr. And on special teams, he's blocking kicks. His stat sheet is a carnival ride. Passing touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, receiving touchdowns, and special teams tackles. In 2020, Hill actually started 4 games at quarterback when Drew Brees was injured and went 3-1. Imagine a tight end, quarterback hybrid stepping in and keeping your season alive. That's Taysom Hill in a nutshell. Cordero Patterson, Pittsburgh Steelers. Cordero Patterson might be the greatest reinvention story in NFL history. Drafted as a wide receiver, he never fully lived up to expectations. But instead of fading out of the league, he transformed into one of the most dangerous running back-receiver hybrids the NFL has seen. With the Falcons, he exploded in 2021, putting up over 1,100 total yards while lining up everywhere: running back, slot, wideout, and kick returner. At age 30, when most skill players are slowing down, Patterson was just getting started. Now with the Steelers, his utility role makes him a perfect chess piece for Mike Tomlin. Patterson is tied with Josh Cribbs and Leon Washington for the most kick return touchdowns in NFL history, 8. He's one score away from being the undisputed GOAT returner. Christian McCaffrey, San Francisco 49ers. Christian McCaffrey is the ultimate hybrid weapon. Technically a running back, but his route running and hands are so good that he could be a Pro Bowl wide receiver if he wanted to. His 2019 season with the Panthers was historic. Over 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards, something only 3 players in NFL history have ever done. In Kyle Shanahan's system, McCaffrey is unstoppable. He can run inside zones, outside tosses, line up in the slot, or even go wide for deep routes. Defenses have no clue what's coming because every motion with CMC is a threat. Since entering the league, McCaffrey has averaged more receptions per game than most wide receivers, nearly 6 catches per game, making him not just a running back, but an offensive engine. Isaiah Likely, Baltimore Ravens. Tight end Isaiah Likely has quickly made himself a name as one of the NFL's most versatile young weapons. When Mark Andrews went down in 2023, Likely stepped up big, showing he could block, catch, and even run gadget plays. His skill set allows Baltimore to stay unpredictable. He's not just a backup tight end, he's a move piece. He can line up inline like a traditional tight end, flex out like a slot receiver, or even motion into the backfield. Lamar Jackson thrives with versatile weapons.
Keisean Nixon, Green Bay Packers. Utility players aren't just on offense, and Keisean Nixon proves it. Technically a cornerback, Nixon has become one of the league's most dangerous return men. In fact, he earned first-team All-Pro honors as a kick returner in 2022. But that's not all. Nixon also plays multiple roles on defense. He can play corner, nickel, or even safety in certain packages. His value is in his adaptability. He fills whatever hole the Packers have, whether it's defense or special teams. Nixon didn't become a full-time kick returner until late in 2022, and still led the entire NFL in return yards. That's like being called up mid-season and instantly becoming the best at your job. Kyle Juszczyk, San Francisco 49ers. In a league where the fullback is nearly extinct, Kyle Juszczyk has made himself a household name. He's the only fullback in the NFL consistently making the Pro Bowl, but that's because he's not just a fullback. He's a blocker, runner, receiver, and decoy all at once. Shanahan uses him everywhere, as a lead blocker for McCaffrey, as a short yardage runner, and as a surprise slot receiver. His ability to do everything makes San Francisco's playbook a nightmare for defenses. Juszczyk has scored a receiving touchdown in 8 straight seasons, the only fullback in modern NFL history to do so. He's not just a blocker, he's a weapon. Derwin James, Los Angeles Chargers. On defense, there's no more versatile player than Derwin James. Officially a safety, but in reality, he's a linebacker, cornerback, and edge rusher all in one. Coaches call him the eraser because wherever you put him, he shuts something down. James lines up deep as a free safety, covers tight ends as a slot corner, plays in the box like a linebacker, and blitzes off the edge like a pass rusher. He's one of the rare defenders who can impact all 3 levels of defense. In one game against the Raiders, James covered Davante Adams on one play, then blitzed Derek Carr the very next snap. There's no other defender in the NFL who can do that at his level. Bijan Robinson, Atlanta Falcons. As a rookie, Bijan Robinson already showed flashes of being a generational utility weapon. Atlanta didn't just use him as a running back, they lined him up in the slot, on the outside, and in motion. His ability to make linebackers miss in coverage is already elite. Bijan is a mismatch nightmare. He's strong enough to run through defenders, but his receiving ability makes him play like a wideout. As he grows, expect him to become one of the most dangerous dual-threat weapons in football. Jaden Reed, Green Bay Packers. Green Bay rookie Jaden Reed is already turning heads as a do-it-all player. He lines up inside and outside, takes jet sweeps, returns punts, and runs trick plays. His versatility gives Jordan Love a safety valve and Matt LaFleur endless play design options. While he's young and unproven compared to others on this list, his role is only going to expand. If he continues on this trajectory, Reed could be one of the NFL's premier utility. Conclusion. These 10 players prove that in today's NFL, versatility is just as valuable as dominance. They're not locked in to one role. They expand a team's playbook, force defenses to adapt, and create matchups that should be impossible. Whether it's Debo punishing defenders after the catch, or Taysom lining up everywhere, or Derwin James erasing offenses, these Swiss Army knives are redefining football.